Hello, I'm going to show you now how to add a subtotal to a list. So what we mean by subtotal is I'm going to take this list, group it say by the region or the department, and then after every single region or department, depending on which way I want to group it, I will have a total at the end. So there's two things you need to be able to do here. You've got to sort your list by the item that you want to total on, and then you also after that have to apply the subtotal. So in this example I'm going to do it by the region. So my very first step is click underneath the region header. I'm going to go to data and I'm going to use the very simple sorts at the top here, but you can choose to sort your list however you want to. I'm just going to put it into alphabetical order by the region. Now the key to this is, as you'll see on the screen, it's got all of the east people together with all of the north, all of the south, all of the west, etc. And that's the important thing. We have to get the list together by the thing that we actually want to total the list on. Now following that, I click anywhere inside the list, click onto data again at the top, go across to the far end where it says subtotal, and I'll get this screen appear. Now this is broken down into three main sections. The first one is called at each change in, then use function, then add subtotal to. The at each change in, this is where you tell Excel how you want to break the list up. Now the rule of thumb to this is sort the list by the item you want to group and then make the at each change in the same heading that you've just sorted the list by. So at each change instead of name in this case is going to be region. The reason for that is every single time it changes from one region to the other, i.e. in this case east to north, that's why I want it to split the list apart. So consequently, if I'd have picked name, every single line would get its own subtotal. So I'm just going to pick region just there. Use function, that is what kind of maths do you want to perform. So I want to perform a sum, so I want to add up a set of numbers, or you could quite happily count or average or max or min. Sky's the limit, you go for whatever you want to go for there. Then after that, add subtotal to. So this is the column that it's going to add the total beneath. So in this case, I'm going to break it up every single time the region changes. I'm going to sum or add up the earnings column. So once I'm ready, all I do is I click OK. And can you see east total with a total for everyone in the east, north, south, and also west, and there'll also be a grand total down there. Now if I want to remove the subtotal, I click anywhere inside the list, click back onto data at the top, click subtotal. Towards the bottom left of this screen I click remove all, that will take it off. If I then wanted to actually subtotal my list by department, I would then sort it by the department, go back into subtotal in the data tab. This time instead of region I would select department from the drop down box. Let's say this time I don't want a sum, perhaps I'm looking for an average, and I would like an average of the earnings column. Once I'm ready, click OK. Can you see now per the department I've got an accounts average, administration, so on and so forth for every single department inside that list. So that is how to subtotal a list within Excel using automatic subtotals.